Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This morning I'm a bit nervous. Quite frankly, this is my biggest stage so far. So I apologize in advance if I not delivered up to your bar. Anyhow, I hope that my talk today would spark discussion during your time in the next couple of days. So my talk is divided into two sections. The first one, I just want to introduce who PMUC is. And then I would like to present some example projects. Okay, basically PMUC is an abbreviation for Program Management Unit for Competitiveness. And then we are a funding agency, which we operate under the national strategies. But the ones that we mainly focus on is the number 2, the National Strategy for National Competitiveness Enhancement. And then this is the general organization of how funding works in Thailand. So at the top, we have the highest cabinet, and then you have the second layer is the budget allocation level, and then PMUC is in the funding agency level. And then under us is the implementation, which are the researcher. Hopefully, a lot of you are our target. Besides PMUC, we also have other PMUs, Program Management Unit, for other strategies, right? So basically, PMUC are focusing on the enhancement for competitiveness in business and economy. So, which means that our focus is to aim at enhancing national competitiveness by creating innovations that enable industry to develop high-value goods and services to enter the global market, which rail industry is one of the target industries. And then we want to facilitate the collaboration between the public and private sector in Thailand and from abroad, which means that we welcome private companies to come and submit proposals. And then we encourage joint investment from firms ranging from SMEs to large corporates, which also means that we require co-funding. So our strategy for support, we have 3 ways for support. The first one, to elevate the production of high-value products and services. So we support for tech development, tech demonstration, system testing, and market testing. And then for driving Thai innovation, fostering new technologies, and attract new investment, we support things like tech localization, global partnership, ecosystem platform, and then deep tech and deep science and tech. And the last group, to develop SME into innovative different enterprise or IDEs. We support accelerator programs, IDEs, and national quality infrastructures, which the rail industry is currently needing a lot. We are trying to close the gap, the so-called valley of death gap in the development of the technology. So our goal is to support projects that aim at technology readiness level from 4 to 8. Which means the proposal, the research team has to have some type of prototype already had. Then you can come and submit your proposal. And at the end of the project, we expect that you have to improve your prototype, and validate some type of system. The rail industry, for Thailand, we are just a baby because we're just getting started. Although in the past we have started before, but so many reasons, we get on pause and then we are going to start again, which means there's a lot of things need to get done in order for the rail industry to be successful in Thailand. That's why for research proposal for PMUC, we have to ask a lot of questions. We have to check a lot of aspects in the proposal, not only the technical aspect. We have to look at the financial feasibility. We have to look at the market feasibility and also operational feasibility. Which means if you want to submit proposal, you have to prepare. But don't be afraid. We are here. My team is here to help your proposal, to work together to strengthen your proposal so that you can get granted successfully. As I said before, we require co-funding for almost 100% of our projects, almost. At the least 10% in cash co-funding, but most projects are co-funding more than 10%. And another 10% for in-kind co-funding. And then if you are bigger companies, we require more percentage of co-funding. So we have 8 to 9 programs we call programs. Basically, today are related to 2 programs. Today's talks are related to 2 programs. Future mobility programs and logistic programs, which both of these I am responsible for overlooking the operation of these 2 programs. So if you want to submit your proposal, the first thing that you need to look at is the so-called key results. What needs to be delivered? What is the final target of the proposal? For future mobility programs, basically you have 2 key results that has to be delivered. The more important one is the key result number 4. That is the sales value of parts in domestic manufactured rail system industry increases using the research results and innovation. Increased by 4,000 million baht in the next 3 to 4 years. And then key result number 3 is to foster expert groups like you guys today to build expertise for 500 persons during the next 3 to 4 years. And for our logistic program, the key result is to increase the volume of the freight transport by rail by 2 million tons during the next 3 to 4 years. Currently, Thailand, each year, the freight that is transported by rail is about 12 million tons per year, which increasing 2 million tons, another 2 million tons is quite a challenge given our budget. So this is basically a framework that you can go look into and try to build your proposal based on. You can do transport system or guided transport system, physical track, virtual track, or the overall rail transport system, passenger or cargo system. Even test track system, you can submit proposal. During the last 5 years or so, from 2020 to 2023, we already granted 13, 37, 15, and 32 projects, respectively. So this a total is about 100 projects. But this number does include other projects other than rail system. The Future Mobility grants project on aviation and also EV. Rail is part of this. The next slide I will show you what number is granted on rail systems. The total budget is about, for these 4 years, about 1,000 million baht, which is, you can say it's not a lot compared to other countries, but for Thailand, it's quite a lot. And given our goal is very challenging. This year, 2024, if I'm not wrong, we are so far granted about 20 to 30 projects this year. But for only rail system projects, the last 4 years also, we have 36 projects. 8 projects are on developing the prototype of rail cars, trams, or BEMU. And also 27 projects is on prototype of rail system part components. And then 1 project on demonstration of perishable product transport by rail. Even though the comparison is not one-to-one, you can kind of extrapolate by how much money is spent on rail research. It's about a third. This is our partners, university all over Thailand and private sectors. Here are some examples of projects. Our famous project, Thai Made Trains. You have already seen the news for the past couple of years. This is the project from the King Mongkut Institute of Technology, Lagabang. And then the light rail train, the tram, from the Rachamangala University of Technology, Isan. And also APM from Watcharapol. I'm sorry, I don't remember the English name. So basically, the Thai Made Train is receive our funding from PMU for the last 3 years, I believe. Successfully built this passenger car with about 44% local content. And it's, to me, it's our proudest project so far. So this slide, although it's Thai, I will try to explain the key message is just to the last 3 bullets down there. Although right now we have the prototype already, but our aim is to, if you remember the key results, our aim is to have volume of sales by 4,000 million baht. With the prototype, it's still no sale. Even though we have prototype, we have not met our key result yet. So the next step is to have the customer. Now, convince the customer so that they trust the train and then they buy it. Also, after the domestic consumer trust and make the purchase, we try to find international customer. Also, this is another project, the tram. Again, now we already have the tram prototype. The next step is to have the demonstration track. This is the news from, I believe, a few months ago. After the prototype of the tram is finished, the next step is to have the demonstration track, not demonstration, it's actually commercial track around the Kannakon Reservoir in Khon Kaen province. This is quite a big project involving a lot of parties from private sector, local government, university, funding agency. A lot of parties has to work together to get this project started. Right now, it's not started yet, but it's in the process of evaluating proposal. And once the small track 4.4 kilometers around the Kannakon Reservoir is done, the next step is we aim at the LRT project in Khon Kaen province, Khon Kaen metropolis province. It's about 22, 24 kilometers. We want to be able to use this train in the actual commercial setting. Here's the map of the smaller track. Aside from those two prototypes, two highlights, we also have a lot of small projects to support the rail industry. Tracking and analyzing the cargo train, bogie for application, developing the bogie, or railway crack detection system, and so forth and so on. 36 projects. Which means that from the outside perspective looking in, we already have a lot of components. We have been trying to enable private sector to be able to supply part into Thai rail industry. From the logistics side, this is the demonstration project that transport basically salad vegetables from Chiang Mai, northern part of Thailand, from Lamphun, the northern part of Thailand, to Songkhla, the southern part of Thailand. And by the way, the product is from the Royal Project Foundation. And here's some of the results. As expected, the cost for the rail is a lot cheaper. Not a lot yet, but it's cheaper than by air, and it's still comparable by road. But this is just demonstration. On each trial, we transport only 1 or 2 20-foot container, not a lot. But as the transportation, as the volume goes up, the cost will come down. The interesting thing is, by rail, it takes quite a lot of time to transport compared to air and by road. As you can see, it's 72 hours by rail from Chiang Mai from Lamphun to Songkhla. But with the technology on the storage system, the quality of the product still be kept in good shape. Another thing to look at is the CO2 emission. Compared to by air, by rail is about 10 times less. Compared to by road, by rail is about 40 to 50% less. Which means we are having the next project on the scaling up of this transport system. Another one to point out is with the developing of the Thailand's rail industry, we are solving a lot of questions at the same time. We are solving a lot of problems at the same time. Economic problem, social problem, environmental problem, Why is that? By shipping mode from road to rail, as you already see, CO2 emission is less. With trucks on road, with cars on road less, traffic's gone. Traffic's going to be gone. So in this slide, I just want to point out that the Port Authority of Thailand is aiming to increase the freight transport by rail up to 30% in Lam Chabang Port in Chonburi Province. Up to 30%. But currently it's just about 5.7%, with about 8.8 million TEU per year. TEU is 20-foot equivalent unit. So by road, by far, is the biggest, 86.3. So as you can imagine, this creates quite a lot of traffic in front of the Lam Chabang port. Every day is a lot of traffic. Which means that from the local content side, from the logistics side, there are a lot of opportunities for us to work together. I am hoping that I will have a chance to talk to all of you and discuss on projects that we can work together. So with that, I would like to end my talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Associate Professor Watcharapol, for your valuable insights. So let me open the floor for the question and answers.
Okay, thank you very much, Ajahn Watcharapol, for your talk. Actually, I would like to take this opportunity to thank also Ajahn Watcharapol and also Dr. Chulathep for being a keynote. I think it's a tradition that we invite the president of the RTRDA to be the keynote. It seems like both keynotes give us a perfect world where the demands from the Ministry of Transport are given at the RTRDA, and then we have the funding agency from PMUC that grant more than 1 billion baht. But I think I also would like to understand more about, because I think we have more than half of the audience come from university and also still looking for funding. And how do we solve the problem that the PMUC, I think, is looking for more commercialized project that will be successful, but in the railway industry, not everything will be commercially successful. And how do we allow such a project and to create more opportunity? I think this problem, this question might be answered by both, I think, keynotes, if possible. Okay, maybe Ajahn Watcharapol can help first.
Okay, it's a very hard question to answer. How would you, basically, if I rephrase the question, how would PMUC give money if we expect the result is not commercializable, right? So, first thing, I think if I were, right now I'm not, but if I were actual professional researcher, the first thing I would look at is to discuss the problem with the target user, which in rail industry in Thailand for intercities, it's just one operator, State Railway of Thailand, right? So basically, we have to talk to them and then make sure that they want to buy the product, make sure that you understand their specifications, and make sure that you know the regulation, right? And then you can, later on, you can come to talk to PMUC. But if do everything right, and then at the end is the project is not commercializable, quite frankly, my first answer is look somewhere else, look for some other problems to solve. That's the honest answer. But then, if you really think that you are preparing for the future, you have to gather enough information to convince our committee, our referees, our reviewer, so that they believe that you have enough data that your project may even is not commercializable today, but you are preparing well for the future. So that's my best advice.
Anyway, right. So I can share. I think, yeah, just talk about, I mean, when we talk about the research and development, like I mentioned in one of the slides, that if we think about research and development is a means, Ajahn Watcharapol has already given a clear answer. We need the end that, I mean, the research results to be utilized in some way or another. And in this context for PMUC, they are set to really want the ends to be commercializations. That's clear. And we have another on some sort of a research sponsor in Thailand that give more open stage of research that to find some understandings, to go deeper in details without demanding strong utilizations, just only to really understand, to be a new knowledge body. So the key for us is that, I mean, sooner or later, when you continue your career as a researcher or a university professor, you will start from developing new knowledge body, getting published to survive the KPI. And eventually, you will have some success in utilization of your research in industry or in commercials or in public purpose. So the key for us, I would recommend you to plan and to foresee ahead your pathway forwards, the relevant, the coherent of your research. For example, if we talk about the end, we are given opportunity that Thailand would have a good chance to develop rail system industry. That means domestic procurement is coming up, clear specification is talking about. We have plenty of research topics. Some of us may are good at polymer engineering. They can contribute to some composite, some parts, some structural development. Some of us may are good at track work. They can do something. Some may be good at, I don't know, mechanical engineering, digitalization. They have plenty of relevant topics. And even though the end is to come up with some utilizable part, component meeting international standard, but you will have in the future how to optimize such a part production-wise. I mean, of course, you want a combination of good performance engineering-wise and business-wise, cost reductions, things like that, plenty of research. So to understand the ends for the research sponsor and to know that where are you up to in the spectrum of your research. Today, you may keen on finding some new knowledge, but the end of the road in your careers, of course, you are interested in contributing some things to the society, even though public, commercials, or whatsoever. There is no clear answer, but of course, if you can explain that, I mean, at the moment, you are not directly linked to commercialization, but you are connecting the jigsaws. Without your findings, the end commercialization wouldn't be able. So there would be solutions. The sponsor can suggest you can be some sort of arrangement to sponsor the research. That from what I can see, it's not the clear answer, but understand from the point of view and the sponsor point of view.
Nothing else to add. Oh yeah, let me introduce basically our chairs of the committee on the rail system, our extinguished อาจารย์นครจันทศร Please welcome him.
Ajahn Nakorn, he's very valuable person in rail industry, in rail transportation. He's the ex-deputy governor of the SRT, and he's Ajahn for many persons.
Yeah, maybe he can add something.
I am 75 years old this year and don't prepare for this event. But I think the question about the commercialization of research work is the main point. And I've been helping PMUC for 4 years?
Yes.
Going to 5 years now. And we have granted research fund for quite a few research work. And one which Dr. Watcharapol said is about the LRT research and also the Thai make train research. I can say about the commercialization of research work like this, that for the research on railway technology, the destination for commercialization is the rail operator. And if they buy the research work, then we can commercialize the research result. But otherwise, if they don't buy the idea, the research work, then we cannot fulfill the commercialization. So looking at the railway operator in Thailand, we have two main organizations. One is SRT, which is still the state enterprise. And being a state enterprise, SRT has to follow the cabinet resolution, the cabinet regulation for procurement. And that is a very big limitation. And I have been trying to talk with the government for more than 10 years that if we want to overcome this limitation, government have to do something, not something, a big thing, a big policy. And I try to convince the government about this, giving the example of China. China start doing a research development on high-speed rail in 2004, and now they can be the leader of the high-speed train manufacturer. And they have done that because government has the vision on the importance of the development of industry and technology. So if they keep on buying things from other countries and they want to develop that kind of a big project like a high-speed train in China, which is the biggest one in the world now. So because of that vision of the government, they try to make the self-reliance development. And the way they do is that they don't just let the railway operator do it. They bring it to the parliament. What they call it? They call it people parliament something. Cannot remember the name. And they said that after trying to research on technology development of high-speed train for almost 20 years, they confess that they cannot put it forward for commercialization without bringing in the foreign technology. But the most important keyword is that by being in the foreign technology, they just don't want to see the benefit go to those manufacturers in foreign country. They want to see the benefit go to the local industry as well. And this is very, very important. I try to talk about this with the government. And the other country is our neighbor, Malaysia. Malaysia adopt the program they call the offset procurement. That means every big, any government project bigger than 500 million Malaysia ringgit have to go under the offset procurement. What is the offset procurement is that instead of buying technology and product from industrial country, they put in the tender document that the buyer the seller have to offer some offset item. For example, establish the local manufacturer, helping in some other part of the railway industry. You have just seen the video about the transport minister talking about Turkey. Turkey have been implementing offset procurement for more than 30 years. Now they can make helicopter, they can make train, they can make aeroplane, but at a lower level, not at the commercial level. So I think offset procurement is key. And I have been talking about this thing with the government for more than 10 years, but they don't buy it because our political situation is prohibit the good government to exercise such a policy. Sorry to say. But I think without the government involvement on this, it's difficult to push the research work forward to commercialization. So when PMUC step in, and I think that this is the best available tools that we can have. So I help PMUC that I think without any major change at the policy level, PMUC might be a best available mean. So what we do the co-finance research. By co-finance research, government will finance part of the budget for the research, and private sector will finance another part of the research budget. What do we hope? We hope that the private sector who already invest some money will try their best to push the research work forward. So that's what our hope. But after some years of experience, we found that quite difficult. Quite difficult because as Dr. Watcharapol mentioned about the Thai make train, so we prove that we can do the train up to international standard by our researcher, by manufacturer, and so on. But it's very difficult to ask SRT to buy such a research work because they cannot come across the regulation. So we have another kind of lower level research, the research on the railway parts. And we hope that with the research of the railway part, it will be more easier for the private sector to move the research work forward to commercialization. I think last Monday, we just have a meeting on the progress of research work on, for example, insulator. We use a lot of insulator for railway electrification. But most of the insulator we use now made from China. For example, the insulator used for red line. And to me, to produce insulator is not, it's very easy, but why we cannot do it? Because we cannot, our investor cannot be the first tier investor. So we can step in for the second tier, third tier, and so on. And for this second tier, third tier, and so on, we hope that the private sector, the local private sector can help pushing the research work forward to commercialization. I think that is enough because I can keep talking for. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very
I think that
much.
gives you some idea.
Thank you very much, Dr. Watcharapol, Dr. Chulathep, and Ajahn Nakhon Chantasorn for addressing these challenging questions. All right, so we have some more time for to continue this discussion during our coffee break. So the refreshments are served in the foyer, and the program will resume at 11 o'clock with our third keynote session. See you back shortly. Thank you.